Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. And in this video, I wanted to talk about this article from Light Reading that came out a few days ago. And the title says an inside look at AT&T's 5G and fiber focus. So I wanted to talk about some of the commentary and some of the comments that are made here in this article. And I will leave it in the description so you guys could check it out. So I wanted to ask you guys, with the renewed focus from AT&T, right? They got rid of media. They're now all in on this next generation of being a big telecommunications player once again. That's their main focus now. Do you guys see a potential for AT&T to have the biggest and largest and best network potentially in the future, right? This entire time we always step back, we look at Verizon, we say, okay, Verizon has the dough, they got the money, they got the revenue, they got the profits. But then we have a company in AT&T that has a very similar power in that sense. And in fact, now with AT&T's recent growth on the wireless subscriber side, fiber side, they may at some point have even a better financial portfolio to further fund a more aggressive build out if need be, right? They're trying to work a venture partnership to get the fiber accelerated even more. They're working on deploying their mid-band at a very aggressive and fast pace. Now, I know they don't have as much bandwidth as, say, a Verizon or a T-Mobile, but they're also not doing fixed wireless access as a massive scale. So that could help them in several ways maintain a very great product that is very fast, right? Like I said, they may not have the most amount of bandwidth on that mid-band, but they won't carry nearly as much traffic on their core as Verizon and T-Mobile. I'll go ahead and say that right now. That's we're talking future talk, right? 2025, T-Mobile will carry 8 to 9 million fixed wireless access customers. T-Mobile is forecasting 10 million by 2026. Verizon is forecasting 4 to 5 million. That's a lot of traffic that'll be carried on these sectors, which I think is going to bring down the speeds quite significantly versus how fast they could be without that traffic on the network. Now, again, I do want them to monetize. So the fixed wireless access is a great case. But the fact that AT&T is not doing it is, I think, an opportunity for AT&T to pull ahead as the fastest network at some point in the future. I don't know the date. I don't want to put a date on it, but I think they have an opportunity to have the fastest network and a better mobile experience on their high-end plans, if that makes sense, right? Verizon and T-Mobile are going to be dealing with a lot of prioritizing on the mobile side versus the fixed wireless access side. I know network slicing is coming and all that good stuff, but eventually they're going to run out of spectrum to monetize or capacity to monetize in the case of T-Mobile. So that's going to be, and this is, I'm not talking about next week or 2 months from now. I'm talking about in the future. And I think this is where AT&T has the opportunity to really pull ahead on the 5G networking side. And of course, fiber is going to play a big focus. And I truly think internally with Stanky at the helm, I think fiber is taking a much bigger focus versus wireless. I think he likes fiber just that much more because it's a huge upside for the company. Now, he did say he would rather take 1 million fiber customers a year versus 1 million fixed wireless customers a month. So that's a strong statement by him because it definitely adds to my point as to how much traffic the wireless network would be taking on for AT&T that already has less bandwidth to work with versus Verizon and T-Mobile. So they probably want to stay out of it. Now, are they is AT&T going to do some fixed wireless access? Sure. They're going to do a very, very small percentage of it, right? In very specific areas. They're going to do some on a DSL footprint that they're not upgrading. They're going to try to get those customers onto fixed wireless access. They're probably going to expand that into the rural areas more aggressively, but metro areas, even suburban areas, AT&T is probably not going to touch with fixed wireless access at any type of scale. So that's where I think AT&T has the opportunity on platforms and third parties like RootMetrics, Ookla, OpenSignal to potentially at some point in the future take a speed lead and present themselves as the best network. Because right now they're growing. They are a growing machine. I mean, we can no longer deny it. They've been doing it quarter after quarter after quarter. They are growing. They are growing the wireless subscriber. They are growing the business. They are growing the fiber customer. And I still don't believe they have hit any peak. Stenky is still in the middle of trying to transform that company, leaning it out, moving the marketing in a different direction, trying to position the brand for more of a 10-year future outlook, a better outlook. The 5G perception is changing. You guys saw that recently. They grew the most 5G perception against T-Mobile and Verizon to be perceived to have the best 5G network. So what they're doing is obviously working. And like I said, without doing the fixed wireless access on that type of scale, because Verizon and T-Mobile are not done in 25, 26. They're going to try to grow that business even more if the opportunity presents itself. So in the meantime, while they grow more, they take advantage of the capacity. They're going to the network is going to naturally slow down because, like I've said before, that type of usage is a different animal. And AT&T has fiber to handle that usage for the home broadband at a much bigger scale, more homes passed, because that's what they're investing in and they're trying to accelerate that. So that's my thinking and thoughts behind that. I think AT&T has an opportunity if they go all in. If they go all in with the C-RAN, the macro grid, densifying that, putting the C-band DoD on all the sites, they get more in-building DAS systems going. I think there is a potential future where AT&T has the best, fastest network at a nationwide scale. There is a possibility. I'm not saying it's going to happen. Of course, some individual markets now on RootMetrics, AT&T is number one or tied for number one, but I think they have an opportunity to do so at a much broader scale. So make sure you guys stay tuned to the channel. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Follow my social media outlets for more updates and interactions. This is Tyrone with Tech Life. I will see you in the next one. Peace.